Hey everyone, welcome back to Nortman Reviews. And so I just did a video about Black Cat and Spider-Man, and let's continue to do it. Another Spider-Man Black Cat. This time, different artist, different writer. Um, this is a Kevin Smith book. A lot of people are apparently sick of Kevin Smith. I'm still a fan. Always have been. I enjoy most of his movies, even the ones that aren't so great. I don't mind. It's not like I'm going to rewatch fucking Yoga Hosers over and over, but I still like the man's work, and he is a competent comic book writer. He did the Daredevil with Joe Quesada in the Marvel Knights run, which was really, really, really good, and I have it somewhere, and we'll do it sometime. Um, but pair him up with Terry Dodson, and I guess that's his wife, Rachel Dodson, who does the colors, I think. And Terry Dodson is excellent at drawing women. He's kind of in the same vein as Frank Cho, um, probably not quite as good. Those two, I feel, are very similar. Frank Cho, I don't know, has a little something extra. It's hard to put your finger on, but Terry Dodson, I think he did some backup stories in like Wildcats and stuff, and you could tell like the skill that he had at the time, but he got infinitely better as time went on, as most artists do. Speaking of cats, come here, Rusty. Come here. Come here. Now he's afraid. Now he doesn't want to get up here. Rusty, the people demand. Uh, there. Okay. This is the one time I'm like, Rusty, get in the shot. Oh, he was very interested in the black cat. He's like, that's a comic book about me, even though I'm an orange cat. Huh. Anyways, well, I made you come up here. Now I'm going to make you get off. Say hi, everybody. Ugh. God. Anyways, back to this. So let's get into the storyline. I don't remember much about this. I kind of flipped through it a little bit to refamiliarize myself. So there's some kind of plot going on, which I don't know how much I'm going to pay attention to this. There's 6 issues to this, so we'll eventually get through it. Maybe. But there's like people are disappearing and whatever and being killed, and Spider-Man and I think Black Cat are caught up in it. So we start off with a retro rotary phone. When was this done? 2002. Do people still use rotary phones at that time? It was all buttons by then. But anyways, you put getting off topic. You got Felicia Hardy, the Black Cat, in a shower, and she's thinking to herself, talking about like she had given up her life of crime. And I feel like she hadn't been in Marvel Comics for quite a while at this point. And Kevin Smith had been making a name for himself in the comics world by taking obscure characters that didn't have books that were very popular at the time and kind of reintroduce them back into society. Daredevil was an extremely popular character, made famous by all sorts of other writers, notably Frank Miller, right? But for a while, Daredevil was kind of gone until Joe Quesada and Kevin Smith brought him back. And then Kevin Smith jumped over to DC and did the same thing with Green Arrow, albeit to a little less success. So they wanted to try this with Black Cat, because why not? Whether that was Kevin Smith's idea or Marvel's, I don't know. Frankly, I don't want to know. So she's thinking to herself about how she hasn't been around, cleaned up that lifestyle while she's cleaning up her. Where's her nipple? Shouldn't her nipple be there somewhere? Is it covered by the water? Whatever. Washing herself off, and she basically is talking about how she got a call from someone who needed her help tracking down someone who disappeared, which I think is this person here. That's how Black Cat gets involved. So she's talking about how, um, people, once people realize that she's a superhero or have done superhero things, that's all people want from her. It's like, hey, can you spy on my boyfriend, or this, or if it's a boyfriend, she was saying, can you wear the suit? And she makes like kind of thoughts about how it's been too long since she's had any kind of dick, and needs some dick or a girlfriend. Been too long since I've had a boyfriend or a girlfriend, so there's that with her, right? Um, and so she's like, maybe a visit to New York is what I need, and doing a good job of not showing her face, but making sure to show her body. And she kind of talks like, maybe if I'm getting frisky, I'll track down an old boyfriend, which is Spider-Man. So, what's new, Pussycat? Um, there's a few different nods to old Looney Tunes cartoons in some of these, which I'm sure is just a Kevin Smith thing. Kevin Smith script, Terry Dodson pencils, Rachel Dodson inks and colors. So that's nice. Husband and wife team doing the art. Live the dream, guys. Spider-Man's thinking to himself about like some drug pushers or something. He's trying to track down some kid, I guess. But he gets seen. They see him. They start shooting at him. So he's like, you show me yours, I'll show you mine. So he whips out his dick. Nah, kid. Webs them up, puts his goo all over them. Comes and kicks their ass. And that's all, folks. So there's another Looney Tunes. Should we do a Looney Tunes counter? That would have been nice. But there's one in the car. The car takes off. He whips it, webs it, and grabs it. But this is kind of a funny thing. And like it doesn't stop the car, and it just like Spider-Man's here, and then it yanks him off panel. And he goes bouncing around. So he's trying to hold on. He's making jokes. Pardon my crotch, ma'am, as he comes by with this lady. Grabs a garbage can. He makes a joke about how this is the only garbage can in New York City still with a lid, because they don't have metal trash cans around anywhere anymore. So he's surfing, and he's tailing this guy. He notices Spider-Man behind him, slams on the brakes. Good storytelling. Is this? I don't know cars. He makes a joke about how like there's Dukes of Hazzards up here. Dem Dukes. And he's like, he's a Roscoe P. Coltrane fan back in the day. That's dating your pop culture knowledge right there. Anyways, this guy slams on the gas. Spider-Man flips around. It flips all the way around and crashes into the fucking windshields. Of course you realize this means war. That's another Looney Tunes thing. Bugs Bunny says that, right? So he's in there, but his ass is sticking out back here. And this cop makes a comment. Like, look at that butt. He's on that guy. He's pretty fit. And they all look at him. He's like, what? I'm just saying. Because, you know, they're gay shaming him, I guess. That's always a cool thing. Anyways, so Spider-Man's like, excuse me, I need to talk to this guy before he gives him to the police. And he goes up and talks to him on a rooftop, trying to figure out if he knows where this kid is that Spider-Man is looking for. Who this kid is and why Spider-Man is after him, I don't know. I don't care. But to get his information, Spider-Man acts like he's a real spider and he's going to suck his blood. So he's fucking freaking him out. This guy's pissing himself. And he gives up the details on everything and tells him what he wants to, and the cops come bashing in. Spider-Man leaves him, and then we cut to Black Cat, Felicia Hardy, and this sexy little number, checking into a hotel, flirting with the desk clerk here. The guy's just stammering, blubbering all over the hot girl. And he knows her by the last name, but she makes him call her by her first name. It's like, good boy. And then he's like, Mr. Harold Hardy. And this guy's like, you take the woman's name, genius. And yeah, whatever. I do like the text boxes. Like, there's no word, like, thought bubbles. But, you know, Spider-Man and Black Cat each have, like, text boxes which indicate that they are thinking to themselves or narrating, which is kind of like a journal type thing. It works in some comics, doesn't in others. But I like that it's with Black Cat since she's black and white, with a white lettering on the black field. So she's getting ready, and there's Black Cat in all her sexiness. Cool shot of the city. Not as quite as good as that one I just looked at with David Finch. Rusty's sitting on it. This one, maybe it's the colors. I mean, he definitely put more detail in his shot here, but kind of the same upshot looking thing. Although this looking, whatever. Either way, we're not here to compare artists. Art is all subjective, except for Rob Liefeld. Fuck it. So she's zipping around. This is like the first time she's done superhero shit. Luckily, everything works. She's wearing black leather because she misses Spider-Man. She kind of talks about how they were dating. They were an item. But then she's like, you know what? She's like, who am I kidding? We were just fucking. How old was Spider-Man when he was getting it on with Black Cat? And she talks about how she ended things once she found out that Spider-Man was Peter Parker. In the Ultimate comics, that version of Black Cat made out with Spider-Man. He was all happy, but he was a teenage boy. He took off his mask because he was like just so into her, as teenage boys tend to be. But then she realized he was a kid. She basically gagged and vomited and made ruined his day. But this version, that didn't happen. But she liked the action junkie shit. That's who she is. Her dad was a cat burglar, so she was attracted to the wrong guys for the wrong reasons. And she realizes now how stupid she was, and she misses him as Peter Parker. She's like, she wants to make it up to him. She'd love to make it up to him in a big way, but he is a married man. But she's into girls, and I'm sure there's videos and pictures out there on the internet about that same exact thing. Not like that I would know, but yeah, I do know. So anyway, Spider-Man is, he tracked down some actor, I guess. He figured it out. I don't know how. And he's following him, and he follows him to this big, like, apartment, and he's looking at him through his windows with some hooker. Maybe. I played your beard all night. Pay up. Yeah. Hooker. Are they watching anything in particular back here? Can't tell. And he's talking to somebody, a Mr. Brownstone, he calls him. And Spider-Man can overhear this, and he's like, Brownstone, I'm on a roll tonight. That name is apparently important. Spider-Man's there, and across the street is Black Cat. Dang. Did anybody drink that shit? Is that even still in existence? Like, anyways, an orange drink. Felicia here, she tracked these guys too, however, but she sees somebody, like this peeping Tom, this guy looking through them, and she comes like to stop him, so she jumps to attack this guy who's looking at him. Now, god damn it, Felicia, who do you think it fucking is? Like, you see some guy sticking to a wall on a high-rise hotel or apartment building in New York. Who the fuck do you think it is? Like, there's two things Spider-Man does really well. It's web sling and wall crawl, right? And he's crawling on a wall, so fucking figure it out. So she fucking figures it out way too late. She realizes it's Spider-Man. They cut, but and his spider sense goes off, but it doesn't give him enough time to react. So whatever. So she comes crashing through onto him. These guys are fucking freaking out. That's funny. They crash through. Like, what's going on here? And Spider-Man's like, busted rib, having a maybe dislocated knee. And they start like, I'm here for Trisha Lane. Who's Trisha Lane? Yeah, who is Trisha Lane? Who fucking cares? Anyway, Spider-Man, he gets in this guy's face like, give me the answers, bub. Start talking. You know what? And it's like, it wasn't me. It was him. He gave her too much. It's like, wait, who the fuck are they talking about? But then something happens to this dude, Oliver. Isn't it funny? This guy's name is Oliver. And I don't, like, Kevin Smith did that Green Arrow comic book with Oliver Queen. Coincidence? I don't know. So something starts happening to him, and she's like, "What the fuck are you doing, Spider-Man?" It's like, "It's not me." And this girl back here, this prostitute or whoever, she's like, "He's ODing, goddammit." Like, how? From heroin, stupid. And so she, I guess, has some experience with this, and she's like, "Do you have any adrenaline in the house?" She must have seen Pulp Fiction. She's like, "I don't know. I never fucking." She doesn't know what's going on. And then something starts happening to this woman too. Besides wearing this little tiny thing with these big boobs. And she starts ODing as well. And we're like, what the fuck is going on here? And whoever was on the phone with little Mr. Oliver over here starts talking. He's like, I can tell you what's going on. They are having experiencing massive overdoses. They'll be dead within moments. Like getting them into a hospital won't help. And he says this is a way to ensure that they don't give you any information. And Spider-Man's like, what the fuck? Who is this, goddammit? He says, it's Mr. Brownstone. I'm going to give you a Mr. Brownstone all over your face, neck, and chest. And then he clicks off the phone. So that's the end. This is just issue number 1 of 6. We'll probably look at it, the whole series at some point. I don't remember much about this storyline overall. I just remember that I really like Terry Dodson drawing Black Cat, and I still do. So, what did you think about Black Cat as a character? Does she deserve more? Does she deserve a live action treatment done properly in this, persona like this? I think so. What do you think of Kevin Smith as a writer and as a filmmaker? What about the Terry Dodson, Rachel Dodson art team? Tell me what you think in the comments. I like to hear the comments. I'll respond back to the best of my ability. So thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Smash that like button. Like they say, on YouTube, smash it. Good. And as always, I will see you in the next video.